the Gambling Guys Podcast.
Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. This is week 12 of the Gambling Guys Podcast, live from the Shred Shed in New York.
That's right, baby. We're back, and we're better than ever.
We are rocking the Gambling Guys jersey. Let's go. The Advantage Players jersey. Let's go. And we got another Advantage Players over here for the complete set. And guys, we are back for week 12. Thanks to everyone who liked and subscribed and followed us along in the last couple episodes on our podcast. We really appreciate the support. As always, we're your hosts, the Gambling Guys. I'm Jamie, a.k.a. Gambling J. Cheech, a.k.a. The Trap King.
Trap King.
Trap King. What? My man's to the left over here is Rick, a.k.a. Mr. Fade Me at Your Own Risk.
That's right. I was hot last week.
A.k.a. King Ace, which I forgot to put in there.
Double time.
King Ace, let's go.
I usually do two. That's why I was like, just
okay. You got the one arm, it's stuck. So, guys, we're going to kick it off like we always do, and we're going to run through the layout really quickly of what we're going to talk about this week on this lovely podcast. So, first, we're going to get into Week 11 recap and how we did. We're going to jump into Thursday night's Gambling Guys Elite Pick of the Week.
That's right.
Sponsored by Elite Hockey Sticks. That's going to be followed by our Week 12 picks and some games to watch there. Followed by the Gambling Guys Anytime Touchdown picks. Remember, we're picking 2 each for that one.
That's right.
Then we're going to have quick fantasy football spotlight, the Gambling Guys Story Time, coupled with the Gambling Guys Nugget of the Day.
That's
and
right.
Last and best, that Triple G, the Gambling Guys Guarantee.
Which was very, very close last week. We put it out on our Instagram. Hope you guys followed along for the sweat. But unfortunately, the Texans let us down with a late cover against the Titans, nonetheless.
Yuck.
All right, go ahead.
So, jumping into the recap of Week 10, I'll kick it off. So, I actually did pretty dang good.
You did.
I went 12-6.
Very good.
And now that's bringing my record to sit at 114, 69, and 1 on the season. Rick, what's your record looking like, and how'd you do last week?
I went 9-6 last week, bringing my total record to
89, 68, and 1.
That's right, baby. I didn't have it written down. That's why you got a co-host.
co-host.
Feel pretty good about last week. Couple games, like I just mentioned, the Texans just barely missed. The Giants with a great cover. Good pick by us. That was one of our locks. But yeah, overall, decent week for me in the profit. You as well. So hopefully we keep those things rolling through the next few weeks to close out the season, going into the postseason starting at the end of December.
Postseason. All right, couple call-outs from last week. Jets lost again. Big surprise. Miami beat Washington in an overtime nail-biter in a high-scoring 16-13 game.
Wow.
Carolina won in OT with a win over Atlanta, 30-27. As Rick mentioned, the G-Men lost. They did cover the spread, but they lost to further their brutal record this season to 2-9. Pittsburgh
Covered the 7.5. That's all I care about.
Yeah. It was, they covered what, by 7, right?
Yeah.
It was 7.5.
27-7.
Yeah.
27-0. I mean.
Yup.
27-20.
Huh?
Yep.
Pittsburgh dominated Cincinnati in that divisional game,
Yikes.
34-12. The Uni Jags, who I faded, also dominated. They dominated the LA Chargers, 35-6. Wow, was I wrong. Baltimore, we mentioned a few times last week, they're heating up, and they had a win. It was over the Doo-Doo Browns, but they won 23-16. What a weird score. Broncos won over Kansas City, 22-19. And then we had a massive Sunday night football stinker with a 16-9 win for Philadelphia over the Detroit Lions. Gross.
I know you were all thinking offense, so were we.
Yeah.
And that game turned out to have 25 total points.
Game.
Trap mob.
And then Monday Night Football, Dallas stomped out Vegas 33-16. And that is my Week 11 recap.
I love it. Good job.
That wasn't all the games, guys. I know it sounded like all of them, but it wasn't. So
Keep it short and sweet. We go high level here.
All right, let's jump into our Thursday night Gambling Guys Elite Pick of the Week.
first, we got to shout out our DJ that we love more than any DJ on the planet.
Call.
Shout out to Trizzo. Find him on all music platforms, Trizzo, or find some comedy that he does, Trizzo Rants on TikTok. Check out his mom's Instagram, Geraldina Cucina. Great recipes coming up for the holidays, so check that out. But as always, we appreciate Trizzo and all the work he does for our podcast.
Absolutely. And we shouted out last week because it was his birthday.
It was.
A happy birthday again to you, Triz.
Yes.
You're the man.
Yeah, we love you. All right. Let's move on to the Elite Pick of the Week. This pick is sponsored by none other than Elite Hockey Sticks. I have 4 myself. Jamie has a handful as well. 2 dose. _elite _hockey _sticks. Great quality. Couple goals I lit up last weekend in Piha. How'd you do this weekend?
I didn't have any goals. Couple assists. No big deal. Solid plays.
Great passing stick, too. No big deal. Depends. It's not the arrow, it's the Indian kind of thing. But Elite Hockey Sticks, quality material, quality product. We love them. Shout out to Elite, which brings us to our beautiful, wonderful, amazing Thursday night game. Hopefully we don't get a stinker. The Bills and the Texans. Current spread in this one, I had it at 5.5 before. Let's make sure.
Whoa, 5.5.
I saw 5.5 earlier today. Yes, sir.
I had. Oh, okay.
Is it 5.5?
No, I had 6.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was 7.5.
So pretty close. All right, current line in the game shows 6. Over under 43.5. This one's taking place down in Houston, Texas, where the Texans are going to host the Bills. The Bills are coming off a win this past weekend. I like this game a lot. I like Josh Allen. I like what they're doing towards the end of the season. I like a lot of their run option game with Cook, where they're throwing some screen pass, getting him the ball. He is a playmaker.
Cook?
Josh Allen can always scamper with his legs. I think 6 for me is a little too much. I'm buying it down to 2.5. I'm going Bills -2.5 on the road in Texas.
Love it, love it. And I do agree that I think the 6 is too much. The Bills are fighting for some seeding over in the AFC. They're fighting up towards the top. I think, who's above them? New England, I think, is having a stellar season above them.
For you? Yeah, New England's having a great season this year.
I think they're 9-2, if I remember
I'll take a look.
correctly. But I just think the Bills are a deeper team. I think their quarterback, their running back combo, I think overall they're just a better team. Houston has some moments, and I do have some plays later for Houston, which you'll see in the anytime touchdown, #foreshadow.
Hey, yo.
But I'm going Bills moneyline.
Ooh, okay.
I'm dropping it all the way down. But I do think this is going to be a high-scoring game. So I'm taking the over. I had it at 43.5.
Current
and
line?
I'm going to lock it at that.
43.5.
All right, still there, guys.
All right, awesome. Let's move on to our next game of the slide or the
Let's
show.
Go.
Brings us to the 1 o'clock games. No early games this weekend in another country that's not America. I don't have the flag next to me. Oh, here it is. All right, first one up, we got the Bears and the Steelers. Bears and the Steelers. Shout out to Mama. Last week I saw Aaron Rodgers. I think it was non-throwing hand was hurt, but he stayed in the game. He did take a couple heavy hits. But the Steelers last week were able to pick up a win, I believe. Am I speaking out of turn,
Nope,
Jay?
you are correct.
Okay, the Steelers did pick up a win over the bad Bengals. They stink as well. But I think Aaron Rodgers not being hurt, Chase Brown is playing very well too. I'm sorry, not Chase Brown. Who am I thinking of? Who's the running back? Warren?
Warren.
Warren is playing very well. Chase Brown is on the Bengals. But I don't think there's going to be a lot of scoring in this game. I think both teams have decent defenses. I think, the Bears are okay on defense. The Steelers with Watt over there on
TJ.
He's good. Their defense is pretty good. Their secondary solid. I'm going to go with the under 44.5 for my play in this game. I don't pick a lot of unders. So under 44.5 is my play.
And that's a pretty decent. So I had it at 45.5. Live line is down.
Ooh, let's take a look.
Live line is dropping, ladies and gentlemen.
Over under in the Steelers 45.5. I get another point. Yes.
Let's go.
Because I didn't book yet. Let's go. That's good for me. Might buy it
is.
up to 46.5 just to get through a different number.
Let's go. So, guys, for me, both teams are top their division here. The Bears won 3 straight. But with those 3, they had a couple really tight games. I feel like a couple finished in some weird ways. And I don't know. I just don't like them here. I know they're the favorites here. And maybe, I have my mom in the back of my head, you better pick the Steelers.
Get back on the couch.
And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take points on the board. I like the Steelers +3. And I think that they're going to improve their record to 7-4.
All right. $303 is the lowest price ticket in that game. That's a pretty expensive one. All right, next up, we got New England heading to the aforementioned Cincinnati Bengals, who lost to the Steelers. The Bengals are banged up. Current line in this game is New England -8. For me, I'm buying it down to under that key number of -6.5. Drake May's playing good. Ramondre Stevenson's playing good. Hunter Henry, wink wink for later, is playing very good. I think their defense is solid against a weak offense like the Bengals. So give me New England on the road laying 6.5.
Let's flip and go for our first gambling, guys.
Yes!
Guarantee.
Okay, we got one. We got one early. That's good.
I did look at this game for some wink winks later, and there was a couple cues on the depth chart. It is still early in the week, guys.
Tuesday,
but it's Tuesday, so just remember to keep checking the updates and the injury reports and see how things come out. But as I mentioned, New England's having a stellar season. They're 9-2, and they're on an 8-game winning streak. 8 games in a row, playing an underperforming and injured all season Cincinnati Bengals, losing their number 1 QB earlier in the season, bringing in some folks to help, and it really hasn't. As the Trap King, this is a perfect setup. Bigger spread, doo-doo team top of their division.
Yep.
Sick record, 8-0 in the last 8 games. Need I say more? NFL's rigged, but hopefully it's rigged in the right way. We got New England -6.5 here.
We got Ramondre Stevenson and Keyshawn Boutte listed as questionable for the Patriots. That's it on their side.
Yep. So that's a triple G right there for the first one of the podcast. All right. Lock it in.
Next up is the Giants and the Lions. My Giants lost last week with none other than Jameis Winston at the helm. It was an exciting game. He made it fun, and that's all we can ask for as Giants fans. That aside, I like money better. I am going to fade the Giants this week because I think they stink, and they're playing a good Lions team who's coming off a beating from a division rival of the Giants in the Eagles. So I think the Lions back at home inside right the ship against a bad team with nothing to really play for. So I'm actually buying the line down. Current line is listed as 10.5 for Detroit. Trap. I'm buying it down to 1 touchdown game. Make it -6.5. Give me the Lions to beat them by a touchdown or more.
Dang, all right. That was a great breakdown.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, the Giants stink. They're 2-9. Season's kind of over. It pretty much was over when we lost Cam, and then, things just kept getting worse when we lose Jackson Dart there. So the Lions, I think, could have a better record than they currently do. They're 6-4. They've had a couple tough games, but they have a ton of weapons. I think they're easily going to win this game. But as I did last week, I rode the Giants with a heavy spread. Not even heavy. Last week was 7.5.
Yeah.
This is bigger. I think being from New York, I don't know if you saw Cam Scattaboo, was at a wrestling event, and he was mucking it up, getting dirty. And I think that's what the Giants are going to do this week. They're going to be the spoilers. Not that they're spoiling much with a 6-4 record, but I think 10.5 points on the board for the Giants to start the game.
Okay.
Hang on.
The Giants, wrestling scripted. Like the NFL.
Oh. Oh, God. Guys, we'll see. I'm taking Giants plus 10.5.
I think that's a risky play, but hey.
You got to risk it for the biscuit is what
money,
I always heard.
Not mine.
All right, next game, guys, is the Minnesota Vikings versus the lovely Green Bay Packers.
Now, the Vikings are coming off a tough loss at home to Green Bay, who I think we can agree kind of has been... Chicago. They've kind of been stinking They've kind of been stinking. Like we just talked about Chicago there.
Mini, right, you said?
No, I'm saying Chicago has been stinking. And Minnesota just lost to them. That doesn't give me a lot of faith. Plus, they got to play outside at Lambeau Field this week because Green Bay's at home, if I'm remembering my games.
Green Bay is home.
Okay, so Green Bay for me, this is another buy down. No, I got the line live right here, -6.5, and that's what I wrote down here. I saw it at 7 earlier, so I was buying the 0.5 point. But I'm going to take Green Bay -6.5 at home. Lambeau's a tough place to play, especially deep into the winter, not deep into the winter, but pretty.
It's getting cold.
Pretty winterish out there for
and
the
it gets
Cheeseheads.
Cold in Wisconsin.
Minnesota does play in a dome, so they're a dome team, and they're coming outside to Lambeau, tough place to play against the cold weather team who has a good quarterback, good running back, good wide receivers. I think this game's a shellacking. Give me Green Bay minus 6.5.
A shellacking, he says.
And Green Bay has a good defense.
Green Bay does have a good defense, and they also have a good fan base with the Cheesehead Nation, also the Grossi Posse. Shout out to Grossi. Tom Grossi, a big Green Bay Packers fan, joined our live stream and gave us a bunch of love. So we have a lot of love for him as well, and his quarterback love. But I don't this week, because I'm taking Mini plus 6 points on the board. I think this game comes down to a field goal, so I'll take the 6.5 points. I don't think Green Bay's been living up to their potential. Minnesota's been hit or miss. You don't know what team you're getting, but I think you're getting a tight game here. So Mini plus 6.5.
Wow.
Yeah, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off.
You don't want to buy the other point just to...
Nah, I thought about it, and I was
whatever
just
you think, whatever you feel.
That could be a bad decision. It could be a good one, or it could be trash.
Brings us to I was going to say your pick is trash. Brings us to our next sponsor. Shout out to Atlas Roll-Off Corp. Down there in Brooklyn, contact Atlas 718-345-6451. Ask for the Gambling Guys discount. They will hook you up because we are huge fans of Atlas and they're huge fans of us.
Atlas.
Good. All right, next up.
That's a part of our sponsorship agreement.
Yeah, we got to do that.
So
I think he makes his wife do that too when he gets home from work. Man.
Cheers when he gets in the jug. Just kidding.
Next up, we got the Titans, we got the Seahawks, and this is a disgusting season for the Tennessee Titans. I feel bad for their fans. I believe this one takes place in Tennessee. Yes, it does. Seattle heads into Tennessee. Tickets here are a lowly $18. Seattle current line is minus 13.5. Over under sits at 40.5. I think that Seattle can go out the night before onto Main Street, have a lot of fun, and still cover the number. I think this game is well beyond the reach of Tennessee ever even coming close to being in the game. But that being said, I think Tennessee scores 1 touchdown. Don't think they cover, but I think Seattle scores probably 5 or 6 touchdowns. So I have the over in this game at 40. I had it. I didn't have the half point here, but I have it at over 40. It's showing over 40.5.
All right, guys. Well, I'll cut right to the chase with that. I am taking the over 40.5.
I mean, I got over 40, so it's the same, basically
the same thing. We count
unless
that?
It falls 40. Yeah, we're counting that.
Gambling Guys guarantee.
Jamie's got to buy half a point, and it counts as a Gambling Guys guarantee.
I am also picking a team here, and I completely agree. Seattle is a different caliber of team. I think they're going to easily win. But as the Trap King, this is the perfect opportunity, as I said earlier, with the other perfect opportunity. There's so many opportunities for Vegas and the NFL to finagle and massage the numbers. So I don't love the 13.5 spread. I'm going to take a massive buy down. Seattle minus 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah. I was going to go money line, but I was like, nah.
Might as well.
I might as well. But.
You got to see what the numbers are. Guys, always check those numbers because when you get these huge spreads and you get down to those 2 and 3 points, they're almost negligible. So just check that just in case. Let's move from this this game to this game, and we'll go to the middle one next because that's the premiere of the early slate.
Smart.
Next one is the Ravens. They're hosting the Jets. Yuck. Another huge spread game. Baltimore currently showing as minus 13.5. When I looked, it was like minus 11.5. So it's moved a little bit. I think Baltimore's getting back on track. They're back at home. I am buying this game down to under 2 scores. I'm going minus 9.5 for the Ravens. I don't think the Jets are really playing for anything at all. I think their team kind of stinks, obviously, and the Ravens have to win to stay in playoff contention. So I'll take the Ravens minus 9.5. Not a huge breakdown. They're going to run the ball down there, throw it to Mark Andrews for the first touchdown of the game. Lamar's going to scamper for about 25 yards, and that's my pick.
I do think this is another perfect trap game.
Oh, yes.
High spread.
The Trap King.
The
Trap Queen.
King. And that's why my name is the Trap King this week, because I've been very weary of all these different games. And I follow too many conspiracy theory things to see the NFL doing all kinds of crazy things. But with that said, everyone knows the Jets are poop. Baltimore's been heating up. Lamar kind of screwed me last week. Didn't get in the end zone. He was part of my anytime touchdown pick.
Yep, we saw.
He probably does get in this week just to shove it in my face, but
he's only got one rushing touchdown on the season.
Yeah, he's out for a couple games. I mean, he's got plenty to have more touchdowns than that. But I'm doing something weird. I'm going to take the Jets here, and I'm going to buy it up to over 2 scores, plus 14.5 with a buy up. Because do they lose by 14? Probably. But
not 15.
But not 15.
What logic? I love it. That's good.
Let's go.
All right, let's move to
threading the needle.
Let's move to the game that's going to eat up a lot of your TV time this weekend on the early slate. It's Kansas City versus the Colts. Indiana Jones and the boys are back off a bye. This one takes place in Kansas City. Line is currently KC at home minus 3.5. Over under 49.5. Tickets are expensive. I wonder if she'll be there. I don't know.
Who?
Exactly. We don't speak.
Mike Jones.
We don't speak thou name. I think Indy is coming off a good bye week for them. I think Kansas City has been underperforming, even though they've been winning. I saw a few questionable flags last week to give them a little boost from you-know-who, the Zebras. But Indy coming off a good rest. I think that their team will be rejuvenated and heading into close the season out with a good performance heading into the postseason. I think Daniel Jones can use Pittman on the outside or run the ball with JT. So give me Daniel Jones, Indiana Jones, and the Colts getting 3.5 points on the road at Arrowhead.
Let's go. Guys, I did this early in the season, and then I fell off. But I'm back on the KC fade.
Yo.
Fading KC. What? I'm fading KC. I think they've been okay as a team, but I think Mr. Indiana Jones is going to come out flying. He's going to be lassoing. He's going to be slanging, and I think they're going to easily win. Taking points on the board for the third.
Woo!
Triple G. Gambling, guys. Guarantee.
Plugged in? Okay.
Plus 3.5 play there.
Boom. I love that. Good job.
All right. What was the yo about?
Dude. Okay, so quick break from our picks. You ever see the guy? You ever see that video? It's on Instagram. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. It's the guy, and he's like a redheaded guy. And he's talking to like a webcam, and he's like, "Oh, you want to challenge me?" He's like, "Oh, guess who's back?" And like some other dude walks in a wife beater. I'm gonna crop out Jamie's clip there and then put it over this clip. The other guy walks back in a wife beater. And he's standing behind him like this, and he's like, "I'm back. I had to step away, but now I'm back." I'll show you as soon as the pod's over. It's pathetic and sad.
Guys,
and
I don't know what's on his feed, but I've never seen that.
Okay. Go on. Move on. Next slide.
All right. Speaking of building up to something better.
Shout out to Bashford Building and Construction. Contact Bashford Building for all your home remodel and repair needs. 631-412-5046. Always ask for the Gambling Guys discount, and he will give it to you.
And we will see you tomorrow, Mr. Bash.
Yes, we will see you tomorrow.
Finally, a Suffolk County game.
Wow, good for us. 1 this season.
2.
No, you said 2.
3. There's, I think, 1 at Dix Hill. Whoop did he do? Let's
never play for you again.
That's it. We're moving on.
Maybe. All right. Next up, we're going Browns, Raiders.
4 p.m. slate.
4 p.m. slate. Only 4 games on the slate. Browns, Raiders. Raiders yesterday lost in embarrassment to the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens in the casino all night. That's why they got benched the first drive of the game. Don't know if you knew that.
Let's go. I did
but
not.
Apparently they were out all night gambling. So
where's our call?
Their coach benched them. No, I think CeeDee texted me. I was sleeping. He's in Vegas. Different time zone.
Fair.
This one to me, I think the Raiders, like the Browns, their season's basically done. But you're in Vegas. You might as well win. You have a 2-game homestand. You didn't have to travel. You're probably going to have 1 or 2 practices this week. Then go kick it around. I'm not touching the spread in this game. I'm going Raiders money line. at home versus the Browns. Maybe the Browns fly in. Their players aren't really into it because, like I said, their season's over. So give me the Raiders on the money line. Browns might go out the night before and play a little sluggish.
All right. I don't love this game. It's two poo-poo teams.
Who does?
The doo-doo Browns versus the doo-doo Raiders. Both teams are 2-8. I've already talked too much about this game. I think it's a crapshoot.
Crapshoot, Vegas.
Let's go. I didn't even put that together. Let's go. But I am riding for the 4th.
Wow.
Gambling Guys guarantee.
That is going to be a sweat.
That Triple G, the LV moneyline pick. So Las Vegas moneyline pick. But I also am going to take the over. Low over, 36.5.
Wow.
Both teams stink, but I think both teams are going to score at least 20 points.
That's like a college spread. That's college over under there.
Yeah.
In some certain
21 to 20.
Wow, that's good. I like that. That's going to be a sweat if we get through the first 3 and we're on this, and maybe who knows what else we got. All right, Jacksonville, Arizona. This one takes place in Glendale. Jacksonville's currently -2.5. Over under is 47.5. Jacoby and Brissett and the gang set to host the Uni Jags. Do you want to do this pick first? You want me to go first?
Fine. Guys, I faded the Jags last week, and they bent me over. They're playing the comical Cardinals. Who I don't really think score much in this game. I'm going Jags -2.5.
Okay. I'll go to my pick. My pick's the over 44.5. I think Jacoby Brissett, Trevor Lawrence, they do sling the rock, and they can score points. I think this game is might be a little late card shootout. There's going to have to be something on because 3 of these games, poo-poo, stinky butt, horrible butt cheeks. You're going to see a lot of this game, but I think this one might have a few cut-ins for Chris Hansen to say, Chris Hansen? Scott Hansen? Chris Hansen? Is it Scott or Chris?
The Hansen brothers?
Who hosts Red Zone? Is it Scott Hansen or Chris Hansen?
I don't know.
One of them hosts to Catch a Predator, so this is like a bad. Wonder if they're related. Anyways, Hansen will be talking about it, but I'm taking the over 44.5 in this game. I think both offenses can score. I think both defenses kind of stink. So give me a shootout over 44 in the
Scott Hansen.
Scott. Chris is to Catch a Predator. All right, next up, let's do the other poop game. Toilet bowl, and then we'll go to the divisional game.
Perfect.
All right, next up we got the Saints versus the Falcons. This one is, like we just said, pretty bad. Both teams kind of stink. New Orleans favorite -1.5 at home. Over under 39.5. I think Atlanta's the better team, kind of, but not really. So I'm going to play the odds here, and I'm going to go with the Saints at home. I'm just taking the Saints money line at home.
Whoa.
I mean, this game for me is almost a no play, but if I have to pick in this game, it's not the over or the under. Maybe the under. Not the over, maybe the under, but definitely the Saints money line. Riddle me that.
Yeah, dang. Spitting facts at everybody.
Why, you going Falcons money line? You were hoping for another. Yeah, I knew you were.
I think this is another barn burner with 2 butt cheek teams. Who really cares? Saints stink, Atlanta stinks, but I did a big brain move, which Rick didn't consider. I mean, he kind of did. He went with the home team, but I went statistics, guys.
Big brain.
Clearly, the big brain is working. Today.
Saints.
So I'm going I am going to pick the team who lost the last 5 weeks in a row because they're due. I'm going ATL money line.
Okay, great.
Peace up, A-Town down.
Great. I'm sure they'll be happy to have you. Oh, God, that's terrible. All right, next up, we got the Eagles, we got the Cowboys. This is actually an interesting game. This takes place...
Statistics. Oh, God, we're losing it here.
This takes place in Jerry World, one of my favorite places to call out and say. Dallas coming off a romping last night because we shoot on Tuesdays last night on Monday Night Football. Was it Monday night? Yeah. Dallas with a romping last night against the Raiders. I think that the Eagles, who just played a very boring, low-scoring game against Detroit, who's good for the Eagles for sticking it to their offense and kind of keeping Detroit in check. Can they do the same against Dallas at home? I don't think so. That being said, I don't think either defense plays a factor in this one. I think the Eagles start to spread the ball around. I think they get Saquon involved a lot more than they did last game. I like the over 47 and over 47.5 in this game. Line is currently 48.5, so it is trending up. But I'm gonna book this one at over 47.5 total for the game.
Nice, guys. I think divisional battle here, NFC East for the only two relevant teams in that division, and really the only relevant team in the Eagles. I think that's who comes out on top. I went Philly money line, not touching anything else. I think both teams can score. I think the over is probably a really good play. I do like it, but I'm going Philly money line.
I also think the over for this game is pretty low, 48.5.
Yeah,
I still think it should be on the north side of 50, but 47.5 is my play when I first saw it.
I dig it.
All right, next up, we got QB Roofing Solutions. Shout out to KJ and the fellas over at QB. They do a great job with all your roofing replacement and repair needs. Contact KJ at 516-481-7663. Ask for the Gambling Eyes discount, and he will oblige. All right, next up, we got Sunday Night Football. We wait all day for this game, and we have a good one. Tampa
Did you
Bay.
do that on purpose?
No.
We did it. We all.
No, I did that on purpose. Yes, that's a song. I know the song.
Nice.
All right, we got Tampa Bay heading out to Los Angeles to play the Rams. Rams big favorites in this one, at least spread-wise at -7, over under 49.5, which is where I thought the Dallas game would have been. But I think Matthew Stafford is playing good. I think the Bucs have run their course. They had a great start out of the gate. Now they're struggling a little bit. Couple injuries. They're a little dinged up. Their running back game is so-so, and White and Irving, they're not really doing anything. I think Baker's having a tough time. He's getting frustrated clearly with his receivers at times. But I think the Rams are a better team. The Rams have a great running offense. They have great wide receivers, a world-class quarterback in Stafford. Their defense with Darnold and the fellas, very, very good. I'm going to win Rams. I'm buying a point down to make it a -6, not 6.5, -6 in the Sunday night game.
Very nice.
Because I got screwed last week with a couple like that where I didn't buy the hook, and I lost on the hook. So I'm buying the Sunday night game down to -6, and I'll be clutching my pearls, getting ready for that one to ruin my day.
Guys,
or make my day.
All I have to say is, who let the dogs out? Who? I don't think anyone did this week because nice addition. I don't think anyone let the dogs out this week because I agree with everything that Rick said. However, I do think that it's still going to be a tight game. The Bucs have showed some sparks throughout the season. I do think they have been fizzling a little bit and dropping some games that they could have had. But I think that continues, that they're going to drop this game. I didn't want to mess with the spread, so I just took LAR money line.
Okay. Yeah, they've dropped 2 in a row. They beat the Saints 23-3, then they lost to the Patriots at home, then they lost to the Bills 44-32, and now they play the Rams. So that should be a good game for Sunday night. All right, moving on. Monday night! Waiting all weekend for Monday night. Monday night game is the Panthers and the 49ers. Panthers, Young was a little injured this past weekend, I think, if you guys watched the game and saw. But this one takes place out in San Francisco.
Santa Fe
Claraflex is San Francisco's currently the favorite. They're -7. And the Panthers are 6-5. They're second in the NFC South. Bryce Young not listed as questionable anymore. Xavier Legette is, but doesn't change my pick by much. I think the 49ers have a much more complete offense. Brock Purdy is back under center. I think CMC will have a big week this week. Well, I can't say this weekend. Monday. I think he'll have a good Monday. So give me the 49ers -6 at home against the Panthers. Not touching the over or the under. I just think they're the better team and they'll score.
-6, you said, eh?
-6, yeah. I bought the hook on these two.
Damn,
you know what it was? I made this pick and then I made this one. I was like, I might as well buy the other half point.
Guys, I think Carolina actually turned out to have a decent team and a decent season. I think at the beginning of the season we talked a lot of smack. I know at least I did, saying that they were stinky caca. But now they're over 500. They're 6-5. Not great. Not terrible. Not far behind the 7-4 49ers. I honestly think that this game could go either way because Carolina put up some surprising wins, at least in my opinion, over the course of the season. But they also lost some stinkers too, where you would think they beat one team, they should be able to smoke another, and they don't. So
yeah.
At the end of the day, I do like San Fran as a team. I think they're better all around. They're home, and I think they're going to dominate, but I do think it's going to be below one score.
Ooh.
So as we typically do, I'm going to buy it down a half a point. It was -7 when I saw it, so I'm taking it -6.5.
Ooh, very close to a GGG.
Very
but hey,
close.
what are you going to do?
So
Half a point.
we do have a
Really?
couple GGGs, which is nice.
Yes, I'll run through them before we do any time.
Yeah, we'll do that. No, we'll do it at the end because we
All right,
recap at the end. But guys, keep an eye out for when we post it. We're gonna post it on our YouTube so you guys can follow along if you want.
Instagram too.
If you want to fade us, might not be a bad move because we haven't hit it.
We've been close though, man.
Super close. Usually one leg off. But hey, I think we're due. So
I mean, if there's anybody due, it's us. All right, so let's move on to our gambling guys. Anytime touchdown scorers for this weekend. Do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I can go.
All right, go ahead. Let it rip.
I decided to go with 2 wide receivers.
All right, let's hear the logic.
So really, and I was trying to pick on some players that I think, same as the last few times, teams that were playing some teams that aren't so great. So, one game that it jumped out right off the bat was Seattle versus Tennessee. Obviously, Tennessee's the worst team in the NFL right now,
Yeah,
1-9 record. And this man's been killing it. My boy. Don't look.
No.
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yes, okay. All right.
God,
it's week 12, you got it right.
If you were with us earlier in the season, I butchered the crap out of his name.
Injbuga.
Injbuka, I think is what I said. So not great, but we fixed it, and we're here. And my second wide receiver, and again, because of the matchups, I like the New England Patriots versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay. So another wide receiver there. I think he's going to impregnate the Cincinnati Bengals, just like he has with every other girl out there right now. Mr. Stephon Diggs.
Okay,
Let's
I know.
Go.
I figured that. I also, you okay if I go?
Yeah.
I also have a New England Patriots since we're on that game. I think that they score a lot of points. Mine is going to be, however, their tight end, Hunter Henry. 34 receptions on the year with 422 yards, 4 touchdowns from the tight end position. He's definitely a red zone threat for Drake May, especially when he scrambles, and he gets a lot of jump balls because he is 6'6". So give me Hunter Henry this weekend for a fantasy play. My other one happens to also be a tight end in Mark Andrews for the Baltimore Ravens. He has 5 receiving touchdowns this year in the red zone from Lamar. Other than Derrick Henry, he's got the most touchdowns in the red zone on the team. So I think he gets in again. I don't think he got one last week. Let's double check.
Dang, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends.
No, he hasn't. He didn't get in last week. So he hasn't gotten in the last 2 Sundays. Oh wait, I'm wrong. He's gotten in the last. Didn't get in last week, but got in against Minnesota. So last week still had 5 catches for 32 yards. I think he gets a similar result in receiving, but he also adds a touchdown. So give me Hunter Henry and Mark Andrews, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers from Jay, and then
go.
Book your all-inclusive vacation, whatever. All right, let's move on to fantasy.
Fantasy! We're on to fantasy, ladies and gentlemen.
You want me to go first?
No.
Go.
I would like to go first.
Why don't you do the fantasy spotlight?
I am.
Nice.
Going to do the fantasy spotlight. On the spotlight, when we think about and talk about fantasy.
While Jamie pulls it
While
up.
I pull it up.
Islanders are up 1-0.
delay.
We're Islander fans, by the way. There's a lot of hockey going on right now. Islanders are up 1-0 against the Dallas Stars.
Dallas, guys, as you know, I always like to do this. Give a quick recap of Week 11 and some players that had a good week and some of their stats. So just to read off the list here, I'll go 1 through 5. I already can't read number 5's name, so when we get there, I might need some help. So number one,
Holy
to
moly.
kick it off, Mr. Josh Allen, quarterback for Buffalo. He had 317 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. He had 2 interceptions. He also rushed for 40 yards and 3 rushing touchdowns. What? 6 touchdowns? He had passing and rushing?
Who the hell
Josh Allen. He had 3 passing TDs and 3 rushing TDs.
I don't know if that's correct.
It doesn't sound correct, guys. What was the score of that game? Hold on. We have to figure this out.
42 points?
Yeah. Hold, please.
He had 42 fantasy points? How did I not notice this when I was doing my...
Joshua.
He's on Bills.
44-32.
Could be. Click it. I gotta see this. Guys, this is real-time stuff.
This is important.
Oh, look at it. It's just...
Wow! The headline. Guys, he did. Wow, what a week. 3 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing touchdowns. And we didn't call it out. 42.68 points. Good job, Mr. Allen. All right, number 2, Christian McCaffrey. No surprises. Guy is always a deadly weapon. 81 rushing yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 5 receptions for 40 yards, and a receiving touchdown. 35.10 points. Number 3 on the list, Sean Tucker, running back for the Tampa Bay Bucks. They were playing Buffalo, as we just mentioned. That score is a high-scoring game, or maybe that's... Yeah, they were playing Buffalo. So he rushed for 106 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns, 2 receptions for 34 yards, and a receiving touchdown. So, what a week. 34 points for my man, Sean Tucker. Number 4, Michael Wilson, wide receiver for Arizona. They played San Fran. And I can't... There we go. Computer froze for a second, guys. So he had 15 receptions. That's a lot. 15 receptions, 185 yards.
I like this screen you got here.
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah. And then...
33.5 points. And then the 5th name that I cannot read.
Tedero McMillan.
All right.
That's pretty close.
Wide receiver for Carolina. They played Atlanta. 8 receptions, 130 yards for 2 touchdowns and 33 points. What a game. All right, let's move on to our picks.
All right, I'll go first. Christian McCaffrey, one of the best running backs in the game, one of the best to ever do it. 81 rushing yards last week, didn't score a touchdown. In the red zone, 5 times he didn't get in the end zone. This weekend, he does. They're playing a horrible team. They need to get him going, get his confidence back. CMC for over 80 yards and 2 touchdowns is my fantasy play. Next up, I got Vegas. Yeah, that's right. Brock Bowers. 7 catches for 72 yards last week. He is by far and away their favorite target to throw to. I think they put a wallop in on the Doo-Doo Browns, and Brock Bowers probably goes 8 catches with a touchdown or 2 and probably over 60 yards.
That's it. Guys, my fantasy picks tie into my touchdown pick, at least for one of them, and a potential round robin pick.
Whoa!
So
completely forgot about the R&Rs.
I'm going with my man Jackson Smith and Jigba again.
Yes.
I think he's just going to dominate against Tennessee, and I might go either a 2 TD round robin, something like that.
2 touchdowns for Njigba?
Yeah.
Okay. And who?
I don't
We'll
know.
get there. We'll get there.
I don't know if my next pick is going to do that, but
we'll see.
I think we talked about it earlier, and I think I picked the over for this game. Houston versus Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
I think Buffalo is going to be scoring a lot. I think this game is going to be high scoring in general.
You certainly did.
And I'm going to take Mr. Nico Collins for Houston, wide receiver, to get a sick game and go off. I think he's probably going to have a touchdown, maybe 2. So maybe I'll include him as well.
Okay, that would be a good pick. But I just want to check something for you.
Check it.
While we're on fantasy, since this is the live pod, because we do everything live. We're going to do it live. Because...
Waiting all day.
No. I got to look at this.
Would you look at that?
Would you look at that? Okay, he's not. CJ Stroud is listed as out. I thought Nico Collins was listed as out. So, my apologies for...
My man's trying to fade me on the live pod.
All right, let's get to everyone's favorite segment.
The
Nugget and Story
Gambling Guys Nugget of the Day.
Okay.
And story time. Rick's got this one today.
I have one. So, Jamie and I have been gamblers for years. Dude, grab that one. You can have it.
No, we're good.
Okay. Jamie and I have been gamblers for years. Often casinos offer you rewards systems or points or players cards, things like this. So Jamie and I, being the frequent gamblers that we are, we would go to our closest places, Atlantic City or Foxwoods Resort and Casino, which we favorite over Atlantic City. No offense to Atlantic City properties. But when we were younger, we would go to Atlantic City a lot for the beach, the boardwalk, and things like this. We'd sign up for all the player cards, and we'd gamble at different properties. So we'd come home, and they'd send us letters, as they always try to entice you to come back. You got $15 in free play, $20 in comp food, a free room this, and this day. Great, wonderful. Our fellas are all hanging out one day, and we decide to make a trip to Atlantic City. Jamie and I take the lead because that's what the Gambling Guys do. This was in our infancy. This was before we were the Gambling Guys branded. Now, we are the Gambling Guys branded, but still applies to back then. So we say, let's see what offers we got. We check at Caesars Properties. We have free rooms. We're like, great, we'll book 2 free rooms. But we need more than 2 free rooms, so we check other properties down there. We have free rooms at Borgata. We got free rooms at Tropicana, when it wasn't a Caesars property. But anyways, we leveraged our comp system to make the collective group lower their expense total to travel there to have the experience of going to the casino. Keeps your bankroll intact. Instead of spending money on rooms and cars and this and that, you use your comp system to leverage it. They want to get you to the property, but that's when you have to be smart about it. You got to manage your bankroll when you're there to play. They'll give you those comps to try to get you in the door. Get in the door for free. Play to win, leave with their money, don't lose yours. That's it.
Love it.
That was my nugget.
Love it. And if you remember, they even used to give, like, packages back when they mailed out everything.
Oh, yeah.
They would give, like, boxes. They would send you, like, a FedEx box of, like, memorabilia, like, you know, like a mouse pad.
Amenities, yeah. Lanyards, keychains, stuff like that. Just little things to try to keep them, you know, they're branding. They're trying
Blenders.
to keep... Yeah, we used to get free... gifts, crock pot. I'm like, wow, I got to go to Atlantic City to get my 3 mini crock pots.
They still do. Hollywood, Hard Rock Hollywood, like every day
It's funny you brought that up because I wrote that in my thing and I forgot to bring them up. But go ahead.
Well, every day at the Hard Rock in Hollywood, I have, Hollywood, Florida, I have, free play. And then I think it's like Monday through Thursday, there's a free item. It's like, come get your free item. And
item?
Yeah.
You don't know what it is?
No, they tell you. Like, they send you an email and they give you everything. But it's like, been, all over the map. It's been like, like there was crock pots, there was kitchenware, there was like a camping chair.
Yeah.
Different cookware, pots and pans.
So Foxwoods in...
Travel suitcases.
Foxwoods in Connecticut gave me a couple different gifts. Obviously, they're all, similar to what Jamie's talking about. But they gave me a mini greenhouse, which was actually dope. And they gave me a free Norwegian cruise for 2 for 7 days, which was dope. I didn't get it, unfortunately, but I should have, and I regret it ever since. However...
By not getting it means you have to go there to claim
Yeah, you got to go there to claim the prize.
They give it to you, but you have to go accept it.
Yeah, same thing with like slot play and all these events. And, we get free tickets to shows all the time and stuff like that. So it's good to sign up for those rewards cards, because if you're going to go, you might as well get the amenities that are included. Hard Rock, like he mentioned, we played a lot in Atlantic City, so they gave me free rooms in Hollywood, Florida. I went there for a bachelor party, and, we could get a free room there, which we used to just, shower, change, or whatever before we went for the night, because we had an Airbnb down the block. But still, nonetheless, pretty cool to have that option. So, leverage those comp systems when you can, and, manage your bankroll. Gamble responsibly. Got it.
Let's go.
Got it.
One nugget I would add to that,
or
just an asterisk nugget, is shop around too, because we've been seeing more and more. It's more and more common now that free rooms actually aren't that free anymore.
Yes.
They start slapping
Caesars.
you with, what's up with that, Caesars?
Yeah. You go to Foxwoods, high class joint. You get a free room, it's free. Okay? You go to Foxwoods, they said, all right, your room's free. You got it. No problem. No taxes, no resort fee, no service fee.
What else can we do to make your stay wonderful?
Why don't we send some bottles of water bottle of champagne to your room. Thank you.
Massage
I appreciate
therapy.
that. Yeah, something. They're great. We had it, man. You ruined it.
Oh, God.
Cut that out. All of a sudden, you come this. I go to Atlantic City. I actually went recently. I think I was telling you. To book my room, that was free. It was $80 for a resort fee, a tax, a service fee, some other stuff, like all this stuff. And I said to the guy in front, I was like, oh, it's a free room. I got $80. I can afford it. But it's the principle. The principle. When they say they're giving you a free room, make sure that they're not, trying to get you for a couple extra bucks. And valet was $30, which I thought was insane.
Even for some of the higher tiers.
That was the higher
tier members.
$40 was just like if you show up.
Yeah.
$30 for my tier was, the discount. Like $30. That's to do. I'll park it myself.
It's right there.
Yeah, it's right there.
Guys, what a great nugget. So make sure to use the casino's money to make your trip cheaper, manage your bankroll properly, and leverage your comps the right way to protect your wallet before you hit the tables. So, great nugget by Rick.
Yep.
And let's recap for the fans the best section, that Triple G, the Gambling Guys Guarantee. What do we got?
We start off in the Patriots-Bengals game. Patriots -6.5, playing a bad Bengals team. They easily cover this number. Drake May and the fellas get it done early. Next up, Seahawks-Texans, over 40 points. That takes place down in Houston, and the Seattle Seahawks put up 35 themselves. Houston gets maybe 1 or 2. Next up, we got Kansas City and the Colts. Colts getting a field goal and a hook. We're taking +3.5. Give me the Colts +3.5 against the, Kelsey, Swift, Kansas City Chief dorks. And then to close it out, and this is going to be a sweat at 4 o'clock, we picked the worst game on the card. The Browns versus the Vegas Raiders. We are on the Raiders at home. Moneyline, baby. Close it out with the Gambling Guys Guarantee Parlay. 4 teams, 4 legs. We'll get it done.
Did you say that?
You didn't have that.
Oh, I didn't?
No.
Oh, yeah, right.
I just built up, we'll get it done, and I was going to say, that's the Gambling Guys Guarantee. And you ruined it. That's the Gambling Guys Guarantee.
I thought we had one more.
Don't point at my sheet. I wrote it down.
I thought it was 5 of them.
What's your play in the Eagles-Cowboys game? Is it over 47.5?
No.
Okay, so what are you pointing at? God. All right, well, that's the Gambling Guys Guarantee. I tried to do it quick so I could post it on Instagram, and it would be nice for people to see.
All right, let's recap it.
I'm not doing it again.
No, I have it right here for you. No, you have to.
Pat's -6.5.
No, you have to do it.
I can't. And the emotion's gone. You ruined the whole thing.
Just do it real quick. Pat's -6.5. Seahawks. And who was the other one? Seahawks. Texans.
Yeah, let's hear yours. You ready? This is just for fun now. You can click off the podcast if you want. Seahawks, Texans, over 40 points. Colts +3. Vegas moneyline. Go ahead. Give them the rundown. With all the emotion,
we are at the best section here. The fan favorite. The Triple G. The Gambling Guys Guarantee. And we're going to kick it off quick with the Pats -6.5 for the first play. Followed by the Seattle Seahawks versus the Houston Texans over 40.5. We got the Colts +3.5. And then flipping it to Vegas, we got LV Moneyline, Las Vegas Moneyline to wrap it up. And that's your Gambling Guys Guarantee. Check the statistics.
All right, guys. Well, remember what we say. Gamble responsibly. Have fun with it. This was the Gambling Guys podcast.
Never change the sign.
Well, see, I can't do anything. I can't even work with this guy.
If anyone is good at video editing,
Week 12
or helping to officially run a podcast
for free,
laughs and some drinks. Guys, also remember, follow us on all socials. Gambling_guys with a Z. And we're out. Peace.
Peace.
The Gambling Guys Podcast.